Hello, everyone from Chelsea fans. There you go. My microphone's working now. Hello. Hope we're all doing very, very well. Welcome back to another live stream, another evening show where I go through all of the latest Chelsea news regarding the club at the moment. Big up to everyone that's watching. I hope you're all doing very well. Bit of a shame about the Man City result. Obviously, they beat Wolves 1-0. You can't have it all in life, but we did have some points dropped from Nottingham Forest. Hopefully, we end up getting a win against Liverpool on Sunday as well. But hey, we'll see what happens. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to support the channel in a different way, you can. You can become a member of Chelsea Fan TV as well. Big up to you, Jordan. Hope you're doing well. Let's get straight up to 20 likes on the video. All right. So if you are in here, we've got over 25 of you in here at the moment. Smash that like button straight away. Let's start how we mean to go on. So we're going to be breaking down what we saw on Thursday. Obviously, I didn't go to the game. We're going to break that down. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Actually, more good to talk about in terms of Thursday. I mean, I really don't have any complaints, to be honest. But on top of that, we need to speak about some of the latest transfer news as well. Bring you all up to date with what is happening at the club and some of the rumors as well. So without further ado, let's dive straight into it. I want to go into. We'll talk about Djurgarden first. We'll talk about that game, and then we can look at it after. Now, the venue, first of all, I can't believe they call the venue the 3 Arena. I mean, isn't that just typical? Chelsea fans obviously hating 3. So that was even more of a motivating factor from the fan base's perspective to get a result there, not just because we want to win the competition, because we hate 3. 20, just under 27,000 fans in Sweden. And look, it was a great atmosphere, arguably one of the best that I've seen this season. I mean, I thought Poland was good, but the thing about Djurgarden, when I was watching that, I felt like it was a cauldron. And that's probably where it's a little bit different to what I saw in Poland. Because Poland, I mean, don't get me wrong, those Warsaw fans were unreal. But I didn't get that feeling that it was a cauldron. I thought it was just an intimidating atmosphere. This one was like everyone was so up for it from their perspective, the fan base, the players from minute one. You can't deny they were giving it, 100%, 110%, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And the fact that we were able to ride the wave and just get used to the Astro pitch, because it's not a proper football pitch, that for me was a huge positive. And then getting that goal with Jadon Sancho, there is no doubt in my mind that he is a player who needs to shoot more. And I'm sure a lot of you know the saying, if you don't shoot, you don't score. I mean, nothing's going to happen if you don't shoot. So at least have a crack and see what happens. If you've got a half a chance, it's called half a chance for a reason, because there is a 50% chance or whatever percentage of chance you will score. People seem to go, well, we only created half chances. There's still chances. You just got to take them. And yeah, the defending from Djurgarden was poor. I mean, that should have never been in goal, but it was. And so you have to give Sancho credit for that, especially because, listen, maybe I wouldn't feel the same way if it was Maresca or someone like that who shoots all the time. But for a player like Sancho, we're encouraging to get on the score sheet. It was pleasant to see him score. So, yeah, I was happy with what I saw in terms of the lineup as well. I mean, just looking at the way we started off, I mean, I don't know about you, but we went on our predicted, we did our prediction. It was nothing like what we actually ended up seeing from Chelsea in terms of the way we started. I was extremely surprised in a couple of ways. But the more I thought about it, the more I actually realized, you know what? Maybe this is actually not too bad. Because I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit annoyed about Carragher. I didn't understand why James is playing. Fernandez. Why the hell is Madueke playing this game? and it was all from an injury sense. It wasn't anything to do with, players. Yeah, I don't have a problem taking the tie seriously, but really, we heard so much about the pitch before the match that it just gives you that feeling, don't they? Because that's all the talk was about. Artificial pitch. That they're complaining about. The managers are complaining. The captain's calling it crap. He actually went publicly and said the pitch is shit. So, I mean, if you've got your own team saying that they don't like the pitch, then what's it going to be like for any other team to play on? So that, for me, was obviously a concern going into this game. It was nice to see that we still had rotation in there as well, though, obviously. Jorgensen, I mean, if we're just going to go one by one, I think that we can all say he had a decent game. I mean, listen, very quiet for large parts of that game, but when called upon, he did his job exceptionally. And the question that we have now is, and this is a question because I think it's open-ended. I mean, Maresca's shown that, yes, he says Sanchez is the number one goalkeeper. He also says that Jorgensen's the cup keeper. Does that mean that Jorgensen starts in the final? Because even though he's your cup keeper, he's not your number one. If he was your number one, he'd be a Premier League goalkeeper. So what do you think about the final? Who would you start out of Jorgensen and Sanchez? Let me know in the comments as well, guys. Well done. The Jorrel better's got that feeling, Alex, in the final. I completely agree. Big up to True. Oh, hello, Kev. How we doing, mate? Is that you, Kev? Yeah, that's you. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you on the stream. Good evening, Tom, as well. I'd like to say I'm disappointed in the comments aimed at Jacob in his vlog video. Comments on weight, etc., isn't good for a young lad's mental health. I'll be honest with you, Tom. I haven't seen that, so I can't really comment. I'll have a quick look now, shall I? That's not good, though. If people are saying that, that's not good at all. Yeah, not great. Not great, to be honest. No, it's not good. Not good, guys. Unfortunately, that is part of YouTube. So, Jacob, he's a big boy. He knows what he's getting into. It can be nasty at times. But, yeah, not very good. Stop filming the kid. I wasn't in Stockholm, my friend. He does it himself. I don't force anyone to come on. Reggie Walsh should get some minutes in the second half. In the second leg, sorry. Yeah, I can agree with that, definitely. Big up to Yusuf. I hope you're doing well. It says, I'll be at the Djurgarden second leg. Also, apologies for shaking Ed Barley's hand after the game against Everton. I hope that didn't change your opinion on me as a person. No, it didn't change my opinion, Yusuf, but it was a strange thing to do. It was a very strange thing. That pitch was awful last night. You could see the ball didn't travel too well. Yeah, but we dealt with it well. And that's the most important thing, isn't it? Amir says, hello, Alex. How are you? I hope you're well and positive about Sunday's game against Liverpool at Stamford Bridge, because surprisingly, I am optimistic about our game. Well, listen, Amir, last time I saw you at Anfield, that was a great performance, but we got nothing from it. Let's hope we can get a good performance and a result to match it as well. I didn't get why Achimpong was played left back in the second half and Chalobah was right back. Well, that's because Carragher got taken off. That's why. we will see Cole Palmer start tomorrow. Yes, I'm absolutely certain about that. Yeah, not good. Not good. People doing all this stuff with Jacob. I mean, that's not good. He's a kid as well. So, I mean, you'd think that people would have a filter, but obviously not. Ultimately, though, nobody's forced to do anything on the channel. Everything is voluntary. So if people want to make videos, they are allowed to make videos. If they are not around to make videos, then they won't do it. They will not do it. So this notion that people are forced into making videos or that I encourage them. I mean, obviously I encourage people to do it. I think it's a great thing, but nobody's forced. People do it because they want to do it. And that's the way it should be. And that's the way it always has been. And I think if people weren't very passionate about Chelsea, you would never had fan channels in the first place. So, hey ho. Yeah, so Jorgensen, from my perspective, good. Yeah, good watching him. No complaints at Achimpong as well. Again, going into left back in the second half as well. Just a top player. Maresca says he's in love with him. I'm going, well, if you're really in love with him, are you going to give him some more minutes? Because I think he deserves it. And on top of that, you played James. I know you still rotate a little bit. Maybe at Chimpong with a shout against Liverpool. I mean, is that a conversation that we're open to? Cucurella, solid. No complaints from him. I think he gave away a silly foul at one point. There was a bit of a kerfuffle, a little bit of pushing and shoving as well in there, but that's only natural. No qualms with Badiashile. Tosin, I thought, was great. Probably one of the best players in that back line. Made one or two stupid passes at the beginning. I was thinking, I was shouting at the TV, what are you doing? But I actually think he finished off very, very well throughout the game. So he grew into the game. That's a better way of saying it. Some of the progressive passes into Fernandez, into Dewsbury Hall or Madueke, whoever it was, James as well. He was cutting through, and it was great to see Tosin do that. You can see that he's clearly a player that is capable of cutting through when he has time. When you press Tosin, a little bit different, but we need to get that ball moving quicker. That's the one criticism I hear a lot when Tosin's in the team is, why are we not moving the ball quicker? And that's where Badiashile's probably a little bit better than Tosin, but I think Tosin for me was the best out of the two. Fernandez as well in the midfield, getting things ticking, no problems, getting into space, trying to drop into areas, make himself available, spreading the balls as well, spreading the passes. I was surprised to see Fernandez in this team. I was surprised. I didn't expect it. Obviously the players are traveling down, but you still don't expect them to, play, because you're like, hello, we've got Liverpool on Sunday and we're playing against Djurgarden. Djurgarden. That's how little I knew about this team. The team is literally called Djurgarden. James, I thought he was really good. Yeah, happy with his performance. Made a great ball as well. I can't remember who it was for. Was it for George or was it for Madueke? I can't remember. He did a great ball at some point. One thing that is criminally underrated, and I wouldn't even say it's underrated, to be fair. One thing that people just, maybe opposition fans don't talk about it enough. I mean, as Chelsea fans, we know it. His passing ability is just stunning. Don't you think? His passing ability is absolutely quality. I mean, it's brilliant. So, I mean, from that perspective, it's all right. Also, I was on TalkSport this morning. I looked like absolute rubbish. I looked terrible. In fact, I'm going to quickly share this with you as well. I don't know why they say I was silenced. Why has TalkSport done me dirty like that? Alex Harris silenced by Chelsea's 4-1 Conference League masterclass. Silenced? Hello? I'm quite happy about it. Let's see what the comments said. Who cares what Alex Harris thinks? Fair enough. Don't blame you. Genuinely never heard of that term. Oh, here we go. This was the same bloke that was twerking for Poch last season when things were bad. Bloody hypocrite. There we go. There you go. Ripped to shreds in the comments. But that's all right. Part of the game, isn't it? Let's see what happened. This is at 6:45 in the morning, guys. Look,
so we're playing Bodo Glimt. Manchester United were taking on Bilbao in the Europa League. Chelsea were playing a team from Sweden that not many people have heard of, including one Blues fan who called the sports bar last night.
Hey lads, how are you?
I'm all right, mate. Did you play tonight?
Yeah, we did play in the Conference League. I don't know what
In the what?
league that is, actually. A Conference League. Have you heard of it?
Okay, against who? What is it? What is it? Is it a non-league trophy or something? What is it?
It's some banter league, I think, over your way in England, guys.
Who did you play against? Played against a Garden or something, didn't you?
I can't even pronounce their name. But I'm an Aussie, so clearly.
What was the score?
I think it was 4-1. I think we comfortably just got over the
4-1 in a semi-final. Oh, God.
Yeah. Chelsea taking on Djurgarden last night.
Djurgarden, wasn't it?
Djurgarden. Djurgarden? Djurgarden.
Djurgarden. Andy Goldstein called it. I thought I'm going to stick with that once I've got that name in my head.
Djurgarden, my garden.
Now, where do you think they'd finish in the Premier League? Djurgarden.
Yeah, will they be at the bottom? I would shoot it.
Relegated, but before Southampton.
Because Chelsea are not having the worst season. Listen, someone who I wondered if he's excited about the idea of winning the Conference League is Chelsea fan TV and broadcaster Alex Harris. Hello, Alex. How are you? You okay?
Hi, Alex.
Oh, yeah, very well, thanks.
You buzzing? Like, can you win the
I felt fucking horrible. Look at that. You know why? I tell you why. Obviously, the angle's a little bit different because the green screen, I had the green screen, didn't I? So I thought, I'm not going to get the green screen in the background. Anyway, I folded it up because I don't like it. I'm going to get a new one. But I look absolutely rubbish.
Conference League? Do you care to win the Conference League?
Look, I mean, before the tie, I wouldn't have been that excited. But after we won 4-1, I was pretty happy, I'll be honest with you. I booked my flights to Poland at half-time. I was thinking, oh, my God, everyone's booking them right now. So I was going through Skyscanner, everything. I had 30 quid less in my account than I needed. I thought I'd use the Monzo. Monzo didn't work. I'm saying to my mate, transfer me 50 quid. The flights are booked now, so we're definitely going to Poland. So I'm very excited, to be honest with you. But I mean, in terms of the game itself, for me, it was pleasant. It was pleasant because after we won in Poland initially in the last round, I mean, we went out pretty much in the worst style possible. We actually won the game. Well, we lost the second tie, but people were saying Maresca should be sacked, myself included. And I've not been a fan of what I've seen in the Conference League, generally speaking, especially in the recent games. I think we have gotten away with it a lot of the time just because of how poor the teams we've played against have been. But this was a really convincing performance for me. And I have to say that, you know, considering what's happened in the previous games, I haven't really got anything negative to say. I think that the lineup was spot on, and I think the rotation was good as well, not taking too many risks. You know, we started Carragher. I thought, oh, goodness, why are we starting Fernandez as well? Madueke was there. But then we took pretty much all of them off at halftime anyway. So Palmer got a few minutes, Jackson come in, scored 2 goals, even Sancho scored. So no negatives, to be honest with you.
Do you know, Alex, the big picture for Chelsea, I'm surprised the manager's lasted
this as well, right? This is the thing. Well, obviously, look at the time. Look at the bottom left. Can you see the time? 6:56 a.m. early, and I'm streaming at 10 p.m. In fairness, I went to bed after this. I did go back to sleep. I don't work until later, so I don't usually need to get up that early. But Jesus, I did not look good. And to answer your question as well, Jordan, no, I did not have a drink. I've been on the 0%, had another 0% today. If there's any non-alcoholic companies out there, I will happily be a brand ambassador because I'm taking a break from it. I'm taking a break from drinking properly. I honestly feel great. I feel good not drinking, and I don't know why I've decided not to drink now. The initial reason was because I wanted to watch the games and just focus a little bit more, because obviously if you have a little drink, sometimes your focus can shift, but it feels good. It feels good. And I feel good. So can't say it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But yeah, I went on there and they only asked me one bloody question. Do you know what I mean? Did they ask me one?
No, I wouldn't go as far.
The team's more settled. His squad's been thinned down, and they've got some talent there, but they need to string it all together. But I think he's done a good job.
No, I wouldn't go as far to say he's done a good job. I think if he'd done a good job, we would already be in the Champions League. We wouldn't even be thinking about this top five.
But you know what, Alex? If you get thrown a load of players, it takes you a while to work out your best team. It's took him a while. They've lost games on him not knowing what his best team is. I think next season, he'll be in if he starts the season good, he'll be in the job. They'll give him 5 games and he'll be out if they lose.
And he'll win a trophy, Alex. It looks like you're going to win this competition at a canter, you know, and you should be happy.
He said he's going to give him 5 games and then he'll sack him. What a load of waffle. Mate, come on. Dean, listen, he's a nice bloke, but 5 games and then they'll sack him. Come on, mate. Nah, no chance. What a load of nonsense. Did I learn how to say fuck you in Polish? No, I haven't. Jesus. Wow. Got a lot of variations here, Stephen. Although, you know, I'm reading it, I can't really pronounce it. So you'll have to leave that one with me. I'll come back to that, Stephen. I'll come back to that. Yeah. But listen, if you want to learn French, I'm here for it. We'll say that to Arsenal after the second leg. Tagal. There you go. There's 0 non-alcoholic now. Just a suggestion if you're a fan of Guinness. No, I'm not a fan of Guinness, to be honest with you, mate. Forest next 3 games are easy. Palace, Leicester, West Ham, maybe a slip up at Palace. At best, Chelsea have to win against Forest and Newcastle, both away games. I ain't holding my breath for UEFA Champions League. You say that they're easy, though. I mean, they drop points at Brentford. There's a great argument for them to drop points at Palace, and West Ham are desperate. You know, I know that they're not in good form, but these are always factors for people to consider. People go, oh, pot of shit, blah, blah, blah. But they play very conservative football, and I think that Forest struggle against those type of teams. We've seen it with Brentford as well. Curva. Yeah, but that's not, I don't think that's the word we're looking at. Tagoldis. Oh, God. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Very kind of you guys. Next time I go, well, I've already booked my flights to Poland. I'll have to use that when I'm out there. Thanks, guys. If I don't come back from Poland, you know why. Anyway, I never got to finish my review of some of these players. Bloody hell. Come on, let's get on with this. So we're talking about Reece James's passing's underrated. I thought he was decent as well. Move on to the front line. Madueke, brilliant. If it wasn't for Nicholas Jackson, Tosin, actually, you could even argue as well. I thought Tosin was seriously good. Then there's a good argument to say that Madueke could have been man of the match for the period that he was on the pitch, because I thought every time he was on the ball, he was a threat. He was a genuine threat. He was causing problems. He was running at players, happy to go down the right and cross it in, happy to cut inside on the left, happy to link up, dragging players out and then releasing the ball. Oh, brilliant. If Madueke keeps playing like this, he's going to be one of my favourite players, because that performance was great. And this is another nice thing to see as well, is that, you know, Maresca's not really changed his tactics in terms of overlapping fullbacks, etc. And I'd be lying to you if I said I like that, because I don't. I think that overlapping fullbacks is just better. It's more entertaining. I think it gives you another option. Yes, you are prone to being counterattacked, but if you have good defensive midfielders there to cover and centre backs who are competent and a half decent goalkeeper, I don't really think it's a big problem. But Maresca's very risk averse in that sense. So we don't have any overlapping fullbacks, but Madueke is able to do it on his own. Sancho needs to link up with players. He's nifty. But Madueke, for me, improving a lot in the past 2 games. I was happy with his performance against Everton, and I was extremely happy with what I saw against Djurgarden. Even Dewsbury Hall, he's knocking the ball about well. And if you look back to the Conference League games, he has been one of our better players in the competition, hasn't he? Like, not to say he's been special, but, I remember watching him against, is it Ghent? That was the home game. I thought he was the man of the match in that game. I think he scored as well. And he's had a lot of minutes in this team. And when you look at players to take over and just offer that rotation, Dewsbury Hall's been there. Still a good argument for him to leave. He probably should leave. Will he leave? Not if we want to make a profit. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. And then Tyreek George as well was in there, trying to get some runs going. I'm trying to think of opportunities he had. I think he might have had 1 or 2 sort of half chances. Nothing really pops into my head off the top. Like, he wasn't a standout player for me. Obviously, Jackson come on and was just exceptional. Also, Caicedo, when he came on, how good was he? He was brilliant as well. So there's not really, I completely agree with Don here. So again, it's like I said on TalkSport, there's no negatives. There isn't any negatives. The thing is, right, why is it as well? Not everybody has to agree with what I say, but why is it that when I say that things are all right, I'm going against what like, people think that I'm supposed to be the negative fan this season. It's not how it works, guys. I watch the football, I like it or I don't. You see what the club does, the transfer policy, the way the club is being run, and you have your say on it. I think that a lot of the stuff that's happened has been a disgrace, but I think there's been some good stuff. No doubt about that. We've seen the progression of Enzo Fernandez from last season. Obviously, he's not had the hernia problem. Carragher's leveled up. We've been a more solid defensive outfit. Although you could argue a lot of our defenders haven't necessarily upgraded in terms of better individual performances. I think Gusto probably got worse. Tosin's not as good as what we had with Thiago Silva. Colwell not had his best season. But maybe that's also a good thing in the sense that there's a lot of room to grow. And that next season, if people genuinely progress and play better, then, I don't know, maybe there is something in this. But I think to be so reliant on injury-prone players all the time, Lavia, James, Fofana, that is not the way to go about it. So I'm looking at centre backs. We've already addressed the midfield option because we're going to have Asuga and Andre Santos coming back as well in the summer. We've got Esteval coming in, Petro in goal. A lot of upgrades, a lot. And we're still talking about addressing key areas in this team. If we do genuinely address those key areas, I know if, it doesn't matter how good or bad of a manager you are, you will get more out of the team with better players. You just will. Even if you don't know what you're doing, you'll still get something out of these boys. So, look, a striker, 2 centre-backs, and there's this debate about maybe getting a winger or a left-back if Vega leaves. We're going to be getting rid of a lot of players as well. So that is obviously something to think about. But, it's one of those things. Also, we have to... This is an interesting stat that came out by Sky. I mean, how interesting is this? Have a look at this, guys. Most goal involvements by Chelsea players in all competitions, 24, 25 goals and assists. Cole Palmer on 23, Fernandes 19, Nkunku 19, Jackson 17, Madueke 15. So, by the way, when I say that we could have got more out of Christopher Nkunku this season, I'm absolutely right. That guy could have been a serious fucking asset for us if our manager wanted to genuinely get something out of him. It wasn't to be. So Nkunku's going to leave. But Madueke's in there as well. You got Jackson on 17. Palmer's numbers have gone down significantly. It's like 50% of what it was last season. Wasn't it 46 GA, someone said? Or 43 GA? What did he get last season? Let me know in the comments, guys. I mean, there are a lot of players that are definitely regressing. There's no doubt about that. There are players that have improved as well. I won't deny that. I won't deny that. Fernandes is on that list. He's improved, and Madueke has improved. I think, to be fair, the way Poch managed Madueke last season was very different to Maresca in the sense that Madueke had to work really, really hard to start games and was never really a starter until sort of the end of the season when he started playing a lot better. Whereas Maresca has just continued playing him all the way through. So different ways they've managed the players, but Palmer's regressed. Jackson, for me, has plateaued, generally speaking. I need to see more from Jackson to think he's improved. Yeah, but no, interesting. Just a little interesting thing to see when you actually look at the involvements in the team. And also Enzo Fernandez, well, going back to that, 4 of Enzo Fernandez's 6 goals have been match-winning goals. All but 1 of his 7 Premier League assists have directly impacted results too. And then it goes on to say Maresca might say no player is indispensable, but Fernandes is proving otherwise. And I think he's stepped up massively to the plate, deserves a lot of credit, received a lot of criticism at the beginning of the season, myself included. Absolutely criticized Fernandes. I thought he had a really, really poor start to the season. But he has absolutely leveled his game up. That man has leveled his game up. And I take my hat off to you, my invisible hat. Look, even more, guys. Last term, Enzo Fernandez created less than half as many chances as Palmer in the Premier League with 32. This time, his total of 73 with 4 games to play puts him only just behind his Chelsea teammate and 4th in the division overall. And that's in terms of chances created. What I think we should also think about, though, is, again, if we're looking at Palmer last season, I mean, he probably had around the same sort of chances created last year, no? I don't know. If Enzo Fernandez created less than half as many chances as Palmer in the Premier League last season, 32, less than half would mean Palmer had at least 64. So you presume he's in the 70s or 80s. That is a regression. No doubt about it. There is a regression there. More on Enzo Fernandez as well. Sky Sports are loving Enzo today. He's getting fewer touches of the ball, but they are coming in areas where he can better hurt opponents. He is making 64% of his passes in the opposition half this season, compared to 54% last season. Very interesting. Chelsea are seriously considering making a move to sign Jorrel Hato from Ajax this summer. Let's have a look. Shall we take a little deep dive into Jorrel Hato? Let's have a little dive. Come on then. Who is this player? He's 19 years old, from the Netherlands. He is a left back. So this is a position we haven't actually spoken about an awful lot, but a position that, to be fair, is something to be addressed. And I think the fact that we're even having this conversation, or we're being linked with this player, can tell you the future of Ben Chilwell and the future of Renato Vega as well at the club. Because if we were not being linked with this guy, it would be because Vega is presumably going to stay a part of the squad. But Vega leaving gives me an indication that we are looking to invest in another left back, because we know he's going to go. So also the Damac, there's been some updates on Damac, our sponsors as well. Oh yeah, let's have a look. 4GA in 2025 this season. Factor. Hato should say Factor to Clownmate. Is that fuck you in Dutch? Yeah, I did make a video criticizing Enzo, and now I'm making a video giving him credit. So what? I'm not allowed to give players credit now. Sorry, I forgot. I didn't see that in the rule book. Do. Well, we're being linked with him, Father. That's what's happening. Father, what did you do to Trevor? What did you do to that man? Apparently, Father instigated some real problems in Poland. That's what I heard on the train. Anyway, let's while Father writes out his essay about the problems he caused in Poland, let's go through Hato, and then we can address the latest goss as well, the latest gossip in Poland, whatever you want to call it, beef. 28 appearances, 2 goals, 6 assists, 5 yellow cards, no red cards. Starting 87% of games in the league, playing 84% of all minutes available, 13% of goal participation, which is not bad for a left back. 11 appearances in the Europa League. He's playing 8 out of 10 games. Well, he's starting at 83% of the time. 6 games in qualifying as well. And then you've got I'm guessing that's the Dutch Cup. So that's what he's done. Look, he's got minutes in that case. There's nothing wrong with that. He's 19 years old. He's 1 meter 82. Not too sure what that is in foot. His value is currently 30 million euros. And that value has been pretty similar, to be fair, over the past couple of years. So he's not been a player that's skyrocketed, but I guess that's why Chelsea are looking at him, because they believe that his value will go up. He's been in Ajax's academy, playing for the under-21s. And obviously he's grown into a first-team role where he's playing regular minutes now. If we look at, his season as a whole, he's playing 90 minutes in pretty much all of the games. Couple of games that he hasn't played 9 minutes. So out of 30 games, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games out of 30 that he hasn't played all the minutes. It's a pretty reliable player, and obviously some of those games he come off after 87 minutes or something like that, so still practically playing the majority of minutes. Seems to keep his discipline, generally speaking. There's no red cards. That's always important. 11 yellow cards in 47 games. No red cards, though. So he's walking that line, but he's doing well. I was just pulling Jacob's pants down, have a bit of banter in the train. Then he kicked off with Alfie. Trevor told Jacob to stop. Jacob told Trevor to shut the fuck up in front of everyone. Why would you pull down a kid's trousers? Jesus, Father. When are you going to learn? That is not how these things go. If it was Trevor, it would be different. He's an adult. Jacob's a kid. So his salary is just under 20k, 20,000 euros. So no wonder, again, that's another reason we're being linked with him. Yeah, I mean, Hato has a lot of positives in there. Is this a player that I have any problem with? No, not really. I don't have any problem with being linked with this player. What I would like to know is, can he invert? Like, what does this player actually offer? Sky coming out saying that Chelsea is seriously considering making a move to sign Jorrel Hato from Ajax this summer. That was only 2 hours ago. I'll share this with you now as well. That update is out. Let's have a look.
Welcome back to Sky Sports News. We've got some really interesting transfer news to bring you now. Chelsea are seriously considering making a move to sign Jorrel Hato from Ajax this summer. He's 19 years old, centre-back, can also play at left-back. Chelsea have had a long-standing interest in Hato. He's a player that they very much admire, and he's currently contracted at Ajax until 2028. So he's got a pretty long contract, but he's also been linked with Arsenal and Liverpool, but Chelsea seriously considering a move.
Yeah, and it comes as Chelsea are determined to strengthen their squad this summer. They're expected to sign a forward, a winger, and a central defender. Other targets in that position include Mark Gay, Dean Howson, and Jared Branthwaite. Now, Chelsea would have considered signing Virgil van Dijk this summer if there had been a realistic prospect of the Liverpool captain not signing a new contract at Anfield. Chelsea, of course, playing Liverpool on Sunday at Stamford Bridge, and Levi Colwill and Trevor Chalobah, who have been in good form this season, are expected to play at the heart of their defence. So just a reminder then, the top line from that. Breaking news, Chelsea seriously considering making a move to sign Ajax winger or central defender and youngster Jorrel Hato.
Hang on a second, lady. You just said central defender.
Or central defender, making a move to sign Ajax winger or central defender.
Huh? Winger or central defender? Yeah, I don't know what you're on about. He's a left back. Let's just put it like that. I don't know why she's saying a winger or a central defender. I mean, that's quite a you've got to get the position right. I mean, yeah. All right. Let's not dive too deep into that. Yeah. So 30 million euros is what his market value is. I don't really know enough about the player to be able to analyze. I haven't been watching much of Ajax, in fairness. There is a few compilations out there as well. I mean, a left back is definitely a smart place to address as far as I'm concerned, but I don't know. Is it my priority? No, it's not my priority. I mean, I prioritize a centre back. This is Jorrel Hato playing for Ajax. Quite a few interceptions, goal line clearance. He's not a particularly small player, but he's not super tall either. He's quite agile. He's got good legs, decent recovery. He can shoot. Nothing wrong with a player who can shoot. Although I guess we have to take that with a pinch of salt considering the league he's playing in. But, Cucurella, especially when we've got even Europa League football, I think that I know people take the mickey about the competition. To be fair, I'm surprised that Tottenham and United are going to be in the final. I mean, I'm surprised, but we are going to have to play more games. There's an extra 2 games in the league phase compared to what we had in the Conference League with the group phase, because we only had 6. We'll have a further 2 games on top of that in the Europa League. So even if you don't necessarily respect the quality, what you have to respect is that players are not machines. They are human. They need a rest. And if this is a player who's going to help Cucurella get a little bit of rest at times, I don't have a massive issue with it. I don't really know enough about the player to comment. But, we signed Vega. I liked Vega, to be honest with you. This is a player who's going to cost a little bit more than Vega did. But he seems to be... I mean, look, there's an overlapping run there. I'd love to see that from left backs. I'd love to see that. But I think what we'll end up seeing is Maresca probably trying to invert him in some way. But you can see he's in the midfield areas at times. He's able to operate in those tight spaces, finding balls as well in there. Nice little block there, stopping someone from scoring. So, I don't know. Maybe this guy can help us. Is he going to be the replacement for Cucurella? I doubt it. Just a bit of depth. That's about as far as I can see it going. On another note, he plays like Skelly. Well, if he plays like Skelly, I mean, Skelly's been pretty good. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. Damac plans to build a pitch on the roof. And this is to do with the Chelsea residences that they're going to be building. This is real, by the way. Damac Chelsea residences by Damac. You are literally having buildings with the Chelsea logo on. Oh my god. Oh my god. Goodness gracious me. And that is the top of the building. They're going to have a football. I will say this, though. I mean, you see that you've got this fence. What happens if they kick the ball over the fence? It's just going to go in the ocean. Even if they kick the ball over the fence and it goes on the side, that could be pretty dangerous. So, I know it's only an artificial sample, but a little bit of safety needs to be considered as well there, guys. I just want to say that. But I'm sure Damac will have it all covered. I'm sure they will. So, yeah, that's an update based on Damac. I don't really know what else to say other than that. And again, going back to Hato, the left back we were just talking about from Ajax, there is more talk as well about him replacing Renato Vega, which we spoke about briefly earlier. Wouldn't surprise me at all. To be honest with you, really wouldn't surprise me. Reggie Walsh gets the debut slap in training today. Big up to Reggie, being part of the first team training sessions. Must be an exciting experience for a 16-year-old. I mean, God, guy's still in school. If I'm not wrong, Maresca said he's he's got exams and everything like that. So fair fucking play to the kid. Fair play. That is the epitome of someone living the dream. In terms of other transfer news as well, a swap deal between Dortmund and Chelsea involving Jamie Gittins and Carney Chukwuemeka is not being considered. That's according to Pletty Goal. So, listen, I mean, it's certainly something that we've spoken about, but doesn't really surprise me because I don't even think it's just Dortmund's perspective. It's Chelsea. They need money in, and Dortmund also want money in because they're not going to have Champions League revenues. So they need to find another way to make any money whatsoever. So no particular surprises there. In terms of Dean Huijsen as well, there's a lot of interest in him from a lot of teams, not just Chelsea. Liverpool is another team that are extremely keen on Dean Huijsen. According to James Pearce, who is a Liverpool Football Club reporter for The Athletic, there is serious competition for Dean Huijsen's signature from Premier League rivals and further afield. Liverpool currently regard Chelsea as the front runners. So that is positive. But listen, you can look at any player you want. Ultimately, it's about what happens at the end. And then you've just got to go from there. A lot of rumors going about Cole Palmer as well, which I'm not really sure I agree with. Jamie Carragher has come out and spoken about Cole Palmer as if he needs to go to Liverpool. Don't know where that's come from. The Telegraph has come out and said, well, Jamie Carragher's written and says Cole Palmer must wonder if Chelsea is the right club for him. I mean, what kind of a strange... Why would you write that? I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. Why would... I don't get it. I'm not subscribed to Telegraph, so I can't actually... I can't read it. But there are some quotes that have been leaked. Jamie Carragher said, it has been suggested that Liverpool should build for the title defence by breaking the bank for Alexander Isak. It surprises me that no one has argued that Cole Palmer should be on the new champions radar. How about because Cole Palmer is on a 9-year contract and he doesn't want to fucking leave? How about that? He also says only the most naive will believe that the top class players in Chelsea squad will be happy playing Europa League football next year. It makes them vulnerable to unrest. He also come out and said He knows that he is too good to be watching rather than playing in the Champions League. Chelsea must start satisfying his ambitions to take on Europe's best. Otherwise, he will start asking himself how and when they will. He's really digging in on this one, isn't he? What is baffling is that any player would commit to a club for so many years, especially at a club who change their coach so frequently. Unless Palmer or others have insisted upon a release in their contract, they risk being trapped. Jesus, dude. Yeah, Carragher's just going in on Chelsea. What the hell is this? He says Enzo Maresca must be grateful to Chelsea, to Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur. Because of the problems at the other members of the Big Six, Chelsea's underachievement this season has largely gone under the radar. My goodness. Carragher's on smoke today. And he's talking some rubbish. What a load of waffle. He's on a 9-year deal. I'm sorry, but I mean, that was the best thing ever, by the way, having Palmer on a 9-year contract. Doesn't that make you feel good? 2033. I mean, that is sensational. That is brilliant. That is sensational. Oh, creme de la creme. Creme de la creme. So, no, he'd never go. He'd never go. Yeah, rubbish. What a load of nonsense. I don't know why people want to talk bad about Chelsea all the time. Where's the positive press after our win against Djurgarden? Huh? Where's that? Why am I not hearing about that? Why am I not hearing about that? Another source in Germany as well coming out saying if Dortmund managed to qualify for the Champions League, it would make it easier to buy Carney Chukwuemeka this summer. Otherwise, it will be difficult for them to meet the price tag of 35 million euros. According as well to another German source, talks are continuing between Chelsea and the 27-year-old Dortmund goalkeeper Greg Kolber with another meeting planned. This goes against what Ben Jacobs said, which is that this is not happening. So I think there's a good chance that that is false and that is not true. But again, you really don't know. This is according to Christian Falk as well. And so he's a German journalist. He says, I heard Chelsea is still very interested in Jamie Gittins. His former youth coach at Cobham is said to have already made contact with him, that there is an idea at the club to swap him for Chukwuemeka, so there might be a swap deal made. What a load of nonsense. This guy is talking rubbish. This stuff has already been denied. It's already been denied, guys. So, well, I understand what Jamie Carragher was saying in the sense that, you know, Palmer wants to obviously play at the elite level. There's no doubt about that. I'm not denying that, but there's no realistic chance of Liverpool signing Cole Palmer. It's not going to happen. So when people speak about it as if it's realistic, the guy doesn't have 2 years left on his contract. He has 9 years on his contract, or 8 years from next season, whatever you want to call it. So, you know, but you say as well, also, when we talk about only good if he regains his form, he's still our best performer. Even in what is poor form for Palmer, he's still our best performer this season. So, I mean, that says a lot about everyone else that we've got on our squad. If a player that's underachieving for what he's supposed to do is still our best. And you look at Nkunku's stats. I showed you the GA in all competitions. I think he's third. Is it Palmer, then Enzo? I think that was the case. It's a lot of, it's mad. So you've got to give respect to Enzo Fernandez. You've got to give respect to Cole Palmer as well, even with their drop in form. Guys, smash the like button if you haven't already. smash that like button. Let's smash that like button. Let's get up to 45. Well, let's get up to 45 likes. There's just under 60 of you in there at the moment. Pretty quiet one today. Tends to be that way after the Conference League, but it's all good. I'm going to be here irrespective. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to support in another way. You can become a member of the channel. So feel free to have a look at that. I will be back with another show tomorrow. I will see if I can do a lunch show. Let's have a look at the timings for tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see if I can do a 3 o'clock show. Okay. So if I can't do a 3 o'clock show, I will go straight into the evening and just do an evening show at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Listen, guys, big up to everyone. Appreciate your time. T4 on Thursday. Don't know about that. Maybe there'll be something. We'll see. We will see. Listen, guys, appreciate your time. We will catch up very soon. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you tomorrow.